Welcome to the Workbench. I'm Doug. Today in front of me I have our 20-inch Regalia quilting machine. This is one big guy and gets a lot of work. So I'm going to show you today how you can maintain it periodically, maybe after every other quilt, to keep it running and purring like a kitten in between your scheduled maintenance from your retailer. So I like to begin from the top and kind of work my way around the machine this way. And as you notice, I'm working on my workbench. However, you're probably going to have yours set up on your frame. So it might be just a little bit different. Okay, the tension, for instance, coming through, we do not have a presser foot lifter lever that opens your tension disc like a traditional sewing machine. But if you ever experience eyelashing on the bottom of your fabric or your upper thread tension not becoming tight enough, you may also want to check this. So with the screwdriver, you can place it in between your disc from the top and rotate it to open and close your disc. Okay, now I'm going to use canned air today, but I'm going to be very careful, because when using canned air, if you were to lean it or shake it, you're going to get that Freon spray coming out of there into the machine. So just hold it upright. If you need to move around the wand a little bit to direct your air differently, feel free to do so. Okay, so we'll just open up the disc with the screwdriver and then blow from the top to the bottom. I've also had some recommendations with others that maybe they use a piece of cloth to wipe good on the inside, or maybe even a floss to remove anything that might be very deep. Okay, and then coming down this way, what I first want you to notice is that with the new Regalia and some of the new electronic components that we have, you'll see it now an LED light. Not only is there an LED light enabling you to see the bobbin case better, but there's also a black block behind the hook area that eliminates the risk of any of the lint and fuzz from the machine getting back internally into the inside covers. So we have to be careful with this, especially if you, in the past, you're used to using brushes or maybe small vacuums with mini attachments or something like that, that you don't damage the LED. So I'm first going to remove the needle plate. Once you get the screw loosened, a lot of times just use your fingers to remove it the rest of the way. We have a little lint and fuzz on that needle plate, don't we? Okay, so we want to clean that, kind of inspect the needle plate area. Now go ahead and remove the bobbin case. You'll get lint and fuzz that builds up underneath the bobbin case, sometimes within the backlash spring. So again, with a little canned air, a little pressure, you can blow that area out. Backlash spring puts a little pressure on the bobbin so that when you stop the machine abruptly, the bobbin doesn't continue spinning. Okay, and then coming from the back side or the front side on this machine, it really doesn't matter too much because we have that black block behind the hook area. It's also beneficial to rotate your hand wheel while blowing out the hook area. That's to ensure that we don't leave anything behind on some of the opposite sides. Okay, then go ahead and install your bobbin back into the bobbin case, lock it in. And then this is a release lever that you pull to take the bobbin case away. And sometimes they see the customer pulling this open, inserting it into the machine thinking that it's locked into position, but it's not. And then when they start to sew, the bobbin case comes out or the needle damages it. So when I install a bobbin case into a machine, I leave this released. That way when I install it, I can feel a distinct click to identify that it's into position. And then what we want to do next is put 1 drop of clear oil into the hook area. Okay, I'm sure you've done this every other bobbin that you use, right? So if you rotate the hand wheel so that the tip of the hook in this V shape is facing upward, that's the exact spot where we'd like to have it. Just lay your tube here, put your 1 drop in, and then just rotate the hand wheel. And this kind of works the lubrication within the outer perimeter. And if you notice, I'm sitting face this way against the machine. I'm turning the hand wheel. It would be counterclockwise from the back. Once your needle's at its highest position, then you can go and reinstall your needle plate. Once you get the screw started, then go ahead and tighten. Okay, another area you want to pay attention to are going to be the rollers riding on your track. So if these get a lot of thread wrapped around on the inside or outside and you don't lubricate them, it's going to wear you out pulling it front to back, left and right. So make sure that you clean and remove any threads that might be around the wheel. And then also place a drop on the outer bearing. Okay, and after you do one side, then maybe roll the machine front to back on your frame. And then go to the other side. Clean, 1 drop, move your machine front to back. And you're also going to have the rollers that are going to be on your carriage that's moving left to right to clean. And once you get that completed, I'd go ahead and thread up your machine and do a little bit of stitching on some scrap fabric, just to ensure that we get any excess oil removed before you start on your quilt project. So now that you know, get out and sew.